The following is a video to help students and families as they navigate the forecasting process. This is an example of a credit analysis sheet. This was given to students on the 26th during forecasting presentation and is a breakdown of classes and credits in which the student has earned and what they have yet to earn. The first row dictates classes in specific departments that are required. For example, English, math, health and PE, science, and social science, and world language. This column dictates how many credits are required in each department. For example, English is required 4, math is required 3, PE 2, science 3, and social science 3. And these are to hit graduation requirements. The second column dictates how many credits have been counted for this specific student. For example, in this English section, the student is required 4 and they have taken 2 with 2 years of English. This final column notes how many credits the student is deficient in each department. For example, because the student only has taken 2 years of English, they're still deficient in 2. If a student has failed a course, they would be deficient in additional credits, and that will be noted here on the deficient section. Things to note: in the arts department, students are required 3 credits, but students are able to add in world language credits to fulfill those requirements. For example, this student has only half a credit in clay and animation that's counted towards their credit requirements, but they're able to calculate their world language courses. So in this case, the student has taken 2 years of a world language, resulting in 2 credits in addition to a 0.5 of an art credit, leaving them only deficient in half a credit. For students who are interested in California public schools, they are required 1 full year of art. That can be a performing art or a studio art. Another section to note is the PE and health requirements. Students are all required to take 1 semester of Wellness 1. Yoga, NIA, PBC athletics, and PE equivalent are ways in which students can fulfill their health and PE requirements that are outside the 6-period day. For example, this student has fulfilled their PE requirements with the PE equivalent through high school athletics. This final section is important to note in the social sciences. Students are required to take US history and world history, and then 1 credit that is split up between civics and econ. AP Human Geography is a way in which students can fulfill the world history requirement, although it won't be noted in their credit analysis. Honors Humanities, AP US Government, and Honors Law are ways in which students can fulfill the civics requirement. And finally, AP Econ is a way in which students can fulfill that half a credit of econ. This is an example of a forecasting sheet for rising sophomores. It is broken down to this front half, which is classes that are required for the student. For example, language arts, the student is required to take English 10. As students get older in the 11th and 12th grade, they are given the option to choose between regular English and AP English. It is important for students to fill out this top section with their last name, first name, and contact information. There are times in which we are required to contact students and families with questions or concerns regarding their schedule, and the most up-to-date student cell phone number and email address allows us to communicate with students and families more effectively. Counselors will sign this section after they've met with their student. It's important to note that math placements are determined by math instructors. Students can meet with their math instructor to talk about plans and hopes for math, but ultimately that decision is made by the math instructor, and that information will be shared with the counselor. Students are given several options in regards to science. We do require their current science teacher to sign the forecasting sheet. This encourages students to speak with their current teachers to talk about their hopes for science, their areas of strength and weaknesses, and their current math placement. And this allows for students and teachers to best pick a science placement for the student where they will feel successful and that they are learning. The second side is a list of electives that are available to students. We do ask that students rank electives, at least 5 electives, 1 through 5, 1 being the highest priority elective, 5 being the lowest priority elective. It is possible that students will get the 5th ranking elective course, so we do ask that students not rank any courses that they are not willing to take. For example, a student who is not interested in art at all should not rank the course at any point on their forecasting process, because it is a possibility that they will get a low ranking elective course due to scheduling conflicts. On the right side here are classes that are available to students for additional credits or for classes that are outside of the typical 6-period school day. Wellness, yoga, and NIA, early bird credit recovery courses, and of course summer courses. It is helpful for students to forecast for these because this allows us to plan for the correct number of faculty to remain on staff to fulfill these course requirements. Finally, at this bottom section, we do ask that students and family members read and sign this section. This is for us to make certain that students understand expectations in regards to forecasting, the possibility that they might get a course that they are not interested in if they do not fully forecast for 5 elective courses, and also for students and families to recognize that AP placements are binding for a year-long commitment, and if they do hope to drop an AP course after they have forecasted for it, they will need admin approval. So please be sure to read this bottom portion and sign.